Guys, Spider-Man No Way Home has received 3 golden tomatoes, so I just wanted to say a massive thank you on behalf of everyone from Sony and Marvel, the critics, the fans who have shown so much love and respect and support for our movies. It means the world, and, you know, hopefully we can do it again and again and again. But thank you, and we'll see you soon.
So it's been a freaking moment since we spoke about Spider-Man, MCU Spider-Man, Tobey, Andrew, Miles, Warstu. Right, let's get into it. So, yo, what is freaking good, YouTube? Warstu here. If you are new around here, make sure to subscribe, turn the bell button on. It helps the channel. Also, comment to help the algorithm and to help more people see this video. Check us out on Instagram at Warstu if you want to see that beautiful face behind that beautiful voice. Also, check us out on Twitter, WarstuG, because I've got like 5 followers over there, so it'd be much appreciated. And I also do get back to the majority of people if you are unkind to me. So let's get into this video. So Spider-Man No Way Home has hit over $1.6 billion, and it's still on the incline to the point where, allegedly, according to insiders on Twitter sphere, Sony will be releasing an extended cut to push it to $2 billion. Now, honestly, we're nearly at the end of January. I honestly think it could break $2 billion, which sounds it does sound a bit far-fetched since it came out at the end of December, but realistically, guys, it really could happen. Right, let's get into the video. So the title reads like this: Spider-Man 4 confirmed. Yes, it has been confirmed, as Tom Holland recently did a video saying that Rotten Tomato, it did freaking crazy. He's like, I hope we can do it again and again and again. So was that him confirming Spider-Man 4, 5, 6? No, but Amy Pascal literally came out straight after. Well, actually, it wasn't even after, was it? It was before the movie came out and was like, yo, he's doing another trilogy. And then Sony came out, was like, no, he isn't. And then she's like, yes, he is. And Tom's like, I want a kid. I want a family. And now he's like, I want to do more and more. Who is freaking right? Find out next on the next episode. Do you get what I mean, guys? So yeah, that Spider-Man 4 is definitely happening. So also in the news. So I believe we were one of the first channels to report on this, potentially. Maybe. So we went over the fact that Andrew Garfield pretty much locked in another movie because Sony already knew how well this movie was going to do, and the fact of him coming back was going to have a massive impact. Now Andrew Garfield has come out and has literally said that he would like to return to the role again if it served a purpose and if it wasn't just a cash cow, which obviously makes a lot of sense. He's recently came out and said he wants the movie to be dark and deep. He kind of got the emotional goodbye via saving Zendaya MJ, so we pretty much know that he wants to do it. Emma Stone's come out and it's like, yeah, I want to return. So with this multiverse and, you know, resurrections, and if the fact it's a comic book movie, they could use the Lazarus Pit. Bro, it's not DC. Yeah, I know it's not DC, but there will be some version of the Lazarus Pit in this universe, in the Marvel-verse, that they can use for sure. But recently, there is a rumor that realistic guys could be made up. I can't actually get anyone to vet it, be like, yo, bro, it's right. But let's go over this one. So apparently, Tobey Maguire is getting a 4th Spider-Man movie, which, yeah, I mean, it could work, but realistically, Tobey's done with the role. You could tell by the fact that he stated he would only return if no details were revealed what's happened to his Peter Parker post, obviously being in No Way Home since the time of his movie to No Way Home coming out. So I don't know if I believe that, because yes, sure, it would be great to see an older Spider-Man for sure. Obviously Tom Holland be the youngest, and Andrew, then Tobey. But is Tobey gonna get his 4th movie? Well, I'm down for that. I am down for that. So the most recent reports say that he's gonna be in Doctor Strange 2 and Multiverse of Madness. I mean, that makes more sense. What I find interesting is it's the age that he's at, and the villains and everyone else in that movie would have to be a similar age. So it would be interesting to see an older base Spider-Man and seeing what's popping with him. And as we know, Tobey, I hate to admit this, but Tobey Maguire is actually the most popular Spider-Man. I hate to admit that, but he is. Even though Spider-Man No Way Home made Andrew Garfield so much more popular to the point where people want TASM 3, they want Andrew in literally every single movie. But ever since Spider-Man No Way Home came out, fans have been petitioning for Spider-Man 4, bring the Sammy Raimi cut back. But it would be cool. It really would be cool if they are going to do that. There's loads of fan-made trailers for what could potentially happen in Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man 4. But would they bring out a Spider-Man 4 with Tom Holland, a Spider-Man 4 with Tobey Maguire, and a Spider-Man 3 with Andrew Garfield? Sure. Sony Sony are literally printing money. Yes, I understand with the new sharing arrangement and a new percentage arrangement. Yes, Marvel Studios does actually make a little bit of the money from this movie, but it's not as much as Sony. Where Disney make the money from having Spider-Man and being a Spider-Man, allowing the Spider-Man in the MCU, is freaking toy sales. They make so much money on the Spider-Man toys. It's freaking ridiculous. Even if they don't release a Spider-Man movie, Spider-Man is the most popular character for Marvel when it comes to making money on merchandise. And merchandise makes freaking billions, guys. So like always, let me know. Do you want Andrew to get his own movie? Do you want Tobey to get Spider-Man 4? Or do you want this buddy cop Spider-Man, Tobey and Andrew, to drive around in a van like they discussed a few weeks ago? Now, I've not been covering all the little tidbits that's been coming out left, right, and center. Andrew Garfield talking about the one scene that convinced him to return, which was essentially the MJ save, where he got to save her because he couldn't save his Gwen. There's so many tidbits that have come out recently. Apparently, Tobey Maguire was really nearly replaced originally by Jake Gyllenhaal. There's been so many tidbits coming out, but personally, we here on the Warstu channel, I don't see the point to keep going over little tidbits from Andrew, from Tobey, and all this kind of stuff. I do find him freaking interesting and fascinating. It is really cool to see the werewolf himself, Andrew Garfield, can now reveal he was the werewolf, but he wasn't lying, he was fibbing, and it's so cool to see him catching up with the I think it's What's Podcast Now, who did the original interview where he's like, I am not the werewolf, and he came back and said, I am the freaking werewolf, but he explained why he had to do that. Obviously, everyone understood this. He was under NDA, a non-disclosure agreement, so he literally couldn't say anything. He wasn't allowed, but it was like a little game that he was playing because he knew it was true. We all knew it was true, and it's bittersweet for the people walking into the cinema and be like, no, he's definitely not in it because Warstu said he is. Warstu's a freaking liar, bro, so we can't be in it. And then, yeah, he was in it. But what, guys, it wasn't just me saying it. I mean, there's a bunch of YouTubers, a bunch of Marvel creators have been saying it for over a freaking year. But some people need actual affirmation and confirmation until they actually believe something, which I do find fascinating. So it's not only Spider-Man 4 potentially with Tobey Maguire, TASM 3, The Amazing Spider-Man with Andrew Garfield. Apparently Emma Stone is getting a Gwen Stacy spin-off with Andrew Garfield set to appear. Yeah, maybe, potentially, we don't know. Now the problem, because of Andrew and Tobey being in this movie, no one believing they're actually in the movie, but now because of that, you can literally go, yo, Joaquin Phoenix is gonna be in No Way Home, he's gonna be the Joker, he's gonna appear, because now every single rumor when it comes to the MCU, what could potentially happen with Sony Pictures and Columbia Pictures, when it comes to Andrew and Tobey, or Andrew Garfield's actually gonna be in Morbius, that's why they delayed the movie, which makes absolutely no sense because they could have just filmed the scenes way ago. The real reason why they delayed Morbius is actually because they don't want anything to tarnish Spider-Man No Way Home. Yes, Scream did beat Spider-Man No Way Home, but let's be honest, guys, the movie's been out over a month now, so it was always going to decline. The fact that it's hit 1.6 billion is freaking fantastic. The real reason they've delayed it is because they want No Way Home to keep smashing it. And obviously, if they release Morbius in the next fiscal year, the next financial year, it makes Sony's books balance better. It makes them look like they've made more money, when realistically, it's the same money. It's just distributed. If they release another movie later this year, not only that, they got Into the Spidey-Verse 2, Into the Spidey-Verse later this year, which will make the balance books look even better, which is freaking awesome. I do find it interesting and kind of funny that some people are kind of advertising that like it's an MCU movie, though it's got absolutely nothing to do with the MCU, to the point where people are like, yo, Tom Holland's going to appear in, even though it's animated, so he couldn't physically appear in it, he could metaphorically voice act to appear in it. But it will be interesting if they put Tobey, Andrew, and Tom Holland in that. That would be freaking fantastic. So like always, guys, let me know, do you think Spider-Man 4, Tobey Maguire, Spider-Man 4, Tom Holland's happening, Andrew Garfield, The Amazing Spider-Man 3, and obviously Gwen Stacy with Andrew Garfield? Cool. I want all of them, but I'm not really sure. I don't think they will happen. But like always, guys, I do read your comments. I do read your DMs that you send me on Instagram. And yeah, I haven't had a chance to do that. I've been focusing on Doctor Strange 2 and a bunch of DC stuff. But guys, I will be ramping up the content as of next week. So like always, guys, check us out on Instagram at Warstu. If you want to see that beautiful face behind that beautiful voice, check us out on Twitter, WarstuG. And we'll catch you in another video very soon. Catch you later.